thumbnail. Today we are going shopping for my mom car. We're going car shopping. All right, here she is. I'm obsessed. It comes with the sunshades already built in. Found exactly what I was looking for and got it for $10,000 less. Hello everyone, what is up? And welcome back to my channel. Today is a little bit of a different video, but you saw from the title and the thumbnail, today we are going shopping for my mom car. We're going car shopping. Yeah. We are baby free. We're actually on our way to Tampa.
This is a date nowadays.
Yeah, literally. Going car shopping. We just knew that we could not bring Bryn to the car dealership. It's no fun, you know? It's also, we're going to Tampa. It's a little bit of a far drive. So we just decided she'd probably be happier at home with a sitter. So we're on our way to Tampa. We have been shopping for cars. I'm going to kind of talk to you about how we got to where we are right now, show you the car that we are most likely picking out. We may end up looking at like another car or two that we were interested in just to kind of compare before we sign the papers, but we're pretty sure that we are getting a Hyundai Palisade, and I'm so excited because that has been my dream car for like 4 years. Yeah, for like 4 years. I first test drove a Hyundai Palisade in 2020. That was when there was like the chip shortage and obviously like COVID and everything, and they had like gotten rid of a lot of very basic features, or like, you know, features that are very basic in cars these days, like push to start and stuff, because of all the chip shortages. And so obviously I was like, well, I'm not spending this much money on a car that has less features than the car I already have. So obviously I decided not to go for it at the time. I also didn't need a bigger car at the time. It was more of a want than a need. But we have been a one car family for...
Then we didn't even need two cars.
Yeah, then we didn't need two cars. So I had a Nissan Kicks when Brian and I first met. Then we had the baby, and her car seat did not fit in my Nissan Kicks. So we decided to sell it because Brian was working from home, and we never needed two cars at once, literally ever. We were completely fine getting by with the one car. So we were like, let's sell my car, because at the time the used car market was so hot that we were able to sell my car for more than I bought it for.
Yeah, it was great.
That was insane. So of course we jumped on that deal, sold off my car, and we've been living with one car for a year. About a year.
It's only been a year.
No, it's probably been
maybe a year and a half.
Like a year and a half. We've been a one car fam, but this guy just started a new job and he's not working from home anymore. And we've only lasted about 3 weeks sharing a one car. Now we're buying another one. So anyways, long story short, I've been car shopping. I negotiated the deal remotely, which highly recommend, via like email, phone call, text message. So much easier to negotiate and push for what you want when you're not actually face to face with the people at the dealership. So I highly recommend. I'll talk more about that later. But yeah, we're on our way to Tampa. Can't wait to get to the dealership and see some cars. The other cars we were debating were a Kia Telluride, which is the exact same car as the Hyundai Palisade. They are made in the same factory, I'm pretty sure. They're basically just like one's Kia, one's Hyundai, but aren't they owned by the same company or something?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They're like twin cars. Like they are literally the exact same car. So we were also considering a Kia Telluride, and a Kia Carnival is the other car that we were considering, but we haven't seen them in person. So they do have some on the lot today. So I am hoping that we can just see one, just to see, because I feel like that will probably be my next car after a Palisade. What were you going to say?
But for now, we have pushed back the minivan life for at least another year or two.
Yeah, so we, the problem with the Kia...
It is inevitable.
It is inevitable because we do want to have a big family, and I mean, we could also just get like a really large, like full-size SUV. That's like the other thing we're considering. We don't need that right now, though. But the Kia Carnival is another car we really like. The problem with the Carnival is that they haven't been out for that long, so there's not a lot of used inventory. So I was just having a really hard time finding a Carnival that had the features I wanted. I wanted the bench seat in the second row. I didn't want the entertainment package with like the tablets on the back of the front seats, because then our car seats wouldn't fit. Plus they're pretty unusable with rear-facing kids, and kids are rear-facing for like years now. So I was just having a hard time finding a Carnival, but I am hoping that we can see one today because we have never seen one. So we might just peruse at what else they have, but we're pretty sure we're going home with the Palisade. Anyways, I've been blabbing on forever. I kind of just want to talk to you about like how we got to this point. And we're on our way to the dealership. Okay, we're about to pass this home store that I've never been to. It's called, it's coming up right here. It's called Conn's Home Plus. Look how insanely massive this place is. Obviously that's like where all the shipments come in, but look how big this place is. Home Plus. It's a clearance center. Would you guys want me to drive over here and do a video there? Let me know. Brian knows more about it than me. He's been pestering me to do a video there forever, so he started saying all this stuff and I was like, why don't you just tell them?
Well, I've noticed it and I've been telling her to try it out because it's a newer company. Well, at least it's newer on the stock market. Their sales are growing a lot, so I think a lot of people are shopping there, which means they probably have some good stuff.
They probably do have some good stuff. Maybe I'll go buy some. All right, we are at the dealership. We are at Courtesy Hyundai of Tampa. I've had such a good experience so far, not working with them, not getting any sort of discount on the car for making this video, so just wanted to say that up front. But I was like negotiating back and forth with several Orlando dealerships and I just was not having any luck. I had a few people say check dealerships in Tampa. A lot of people that I know from Orlando ended up buying cars out here in Tampa. So I decided to give it a shot and found exactly what I was looking for and got it for $10,000 less than what I was negotiating in Orlando, which is insane, down to like the exact mileage. I'm buying a 2022 Hyundai Palisade. We're actually gonna go take a look at it right now. It's so pretty. All right, here she is. I'm obsessed. We have the nice like tinted windows. I got brand new tires. Ready? She is a beaut. My dream interior. This is like a beige leather. It's so nice. Look how pretty, like a big screen, all the techie buttons. This closes, which is so nice. This also like opens, of course. And then down here, there's like a little pocket, which is so cool because I can put like my camera down there, my purse. There's more like power down there. So nice. I have the moonroof. Okay, one thing I don't like, which I'm gonna get this removed. They did the tint right here, which is like basically supposed to work as like a sun visor all the time, but I really don't like it. It just like feels like something's in front of my eyes. Their tinter guy is not here today, but they said that like if I do it in Orlando, it should only be like $20 to get it taken off. So I'm definitely gonna be getting that taken off. That's the one thing I don't like. Has this really nice like wood detailing on the doors. Oh my goodness. Okay. I also have the racks above, which I don't know what I'm gonna use this for, but this is the sport mode or like sport version of the car. I have the bench in the second row, which is exactly what I wanted. It's very car seat friendly. So I can have Bryn and brother right in these two seats here. And then if Brian's driving the car, I can still sit in the back between them. Something really big that is really actually hard to find in 3-row SUVs is ceiling vents. I was also looking at the VW Atlas and that didn't have ceiling vents. When you have rear-facing kids, that is an absolute must-have. There's also 2 cup holders on each side, which I really like. There is an outlet, like a full outlet, which is good to have since we live in a hurricane zone. You have the leather pockets on the back. There's also power on the back side right here. They have rear air control, and I have the whole 3rd row. So this is super nice. There are tether anchors on the back of all 3 seats, as well as rear anchors. So we're gonna obviously be installing Bryn's car seat in my car because Brian's car is primarily gonna be his work car now. And we also have ceiling vents in the 3rd row, which is so nice. I have a sunroof up here. Kind of wish there was one right here, but there's not, and it's not a deal breaker for me. I don't really care that much. The other thing I really like is it comes with the sunshades already built in. So nice, so kid and car seat friendly. Absolutely love that. It covers the whole window. It's like perfect and made to fit, and you can still use the window. Right now in Brian's car, we have the just like ones that you stick on that I got off of Amazon, and you can't use the window, like you can't put it down with it on. So that's really nice. Love that. But yeah, like look how pretty the light leather is. Also, this goes down, more cup holders, or just a way to kind of like block the kids off. Then we have 3 more seats back there. We have the like latch anchors down there, and then the tether anchors on the back of 2 of the seats. So will this fit our family forever? No, but it will fit our family for the next several years. And let me show you another thing I like. Okay, so I can also open the trunk from this button, right? I'm pretty sure. Wait, oh, I have to hold it. I'm still getting to learn the car. So the third row you can actually put down with, like, it's electric or automatic. So I can put that down with just pressing these buttons. Same with the second row, but you have to manually pull them back up. But that's really nice. So if I press these buttons right here, look, these go down. And my stroller will fit even with the third row up. I'm not going to keep the third row up because I'm basically never going to use it. But I have such a nice big trunk. I can have my stroller. I can fit my Costco run. It's so nice. I'm so in love. Then just to show you from the passenger side, there's like the screen. Push this. I'm still trying to figure out like how this works. Okay, so you push that and that opens. Also, you can push these in and then, oops, sorry about that. And then you just like push these buttons and the cup holders pop out. There's also like an electric charger thing right there. So I can wirelessly charge my phone. Look at like the details on the leather and like this nice kind of like light wood graining. Oh my gosh. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. We're almost done. Just got to sign everything. But it's been really good and super easy so far.
Yeah, it's great. Great dealership. Great people.
Really good. Honestly, the best experience we've ever had at a car dealership.
I think it's because you negotiated prior to being here.
It definitely made it a way better experience that we didn't go to numbers here in the dealership. So we just sat down, they just presented us the offer sheet. Everything was exactly the way it was when we left it in email and phone call last night. I signed off on it and now they're putting it all in and we're just going to go in and sign and that's going to be it. Yep. They're going to put the tag on it and we're going to leave. And it's so nice. Isn't it?
It's great.
Are you a little bit jelly?
Love it, yeah.
You're a little jelly?
It's nicer than mine.
Yeah. All right, it has been a few days. I'm fully moved into the car. I've been driving the car for a few days, and I kind of wanted to give my thoughts, which are all positive. I absolutely love my new car so much, and I really just wanted to kind of go over start to finish how I got this car and how I got such a good deal. And I'm going to preface this whole thing with saying I am not a professional car buyer. They do have those people out there. There are car buying brokers, people you can pay like $800 to $1,000, people that will negotiate your car deal for you. And I seriously considered hiring one of these people. That is how much I hate going to the car dealership typically, how much I hate going back and forth with these people. I don't like confrontation and I just didn't want to deal with it. Didn't feel like I was in the headspace. But I watched a lot of videos. I did a lot of research and talked to a friend of mine who negotiated a really good car deal and he gave me a lot of advice. So I kind of wanted to just take you on that journey. So basically, where I started was I went on to Hyundai.com and Kia.com because I was considering the Carnival, the Telluride, and the Palisade. I looked at all of the dealerships. First, I started in Orlando. And they'll list all of the Orlando dealerships for Hyundai, all of the Orlando dealerships for Kia. And I looked at all of their pre-owned certified inventory. If I found one that fit what I wanted, like had, a good amount of miles, like, not too many miles, and it was the interior and exterior color I wanted, and it has the bench, or like, if there was a car that just like, I could see myself buying, I would open that in a separate tab. I did that until I had maybe like, I don't know, let's say like 3 to 5 cars that I was like, okay, this is where I'm going to start. Once I had those cars open, on all of these pages, there's the VIN number. So I would go on to Edmunds, CarEdge, and Kelley Blue Book and look up the value. I would put in the VIN number, make sure that they were all kind of the same. That way I knew what the car was worth versus what the dealership was trying to sell it at. Sometimes they'd be right on par. Sometimes there would be huge discrepancies and you knew that there was probably going to be a bit of wiggle room there that you could negotiate. And also check the Carfax, which should be on the car page as well, like the main page. You can like look at the free Carfax, make sure that the car has had no accidents, that they did a good job maintaining the car. These are all the things you want to check. Then once you have it narrowed down, let's say to 3 or 4 cars, you're going to want to reach out to the dealerships just via like the chat feature. Just reach out and say like email and text only. They're going to call you. But just if you want to, I finally started answering the phone and just said, I want to negotiate this car deal remotely. I'm not coming into the dealership until you know, I know that we're on the same page about numbers and we have a deal worked out. But I have a baby and I'm looking to buy a car in the next few days. You definitely want to put like a little bit of pressure. That way they know that you're serious, but don't be like, I love this car so much and I want it, or else they're going to know that they don't have to negotiate with you because you want the car more than they need to sell it to you. So you definitely want to play a little bit mysterious, but just be like, I'm looking to buy a car. I'm looking at several Hyundai dealerships, several Kia dealerships. I'm looking to make a deal in the next 2 to 3 days, and I don't want to come in and test drive the car until I'm signing the papers. And then say, can you please send me your best itemized offer sheet to my email? And then they're going to send you, I'll put a picture here of like what one of the offer sheets I got looked like. And that's going to have that's going to be like what they would put in front of you if you're at the dealership. You know how like they want you to sign and say like, or cross it out, and then they'll go talk to their manager again. Yeah, you can do all of that over the phone. So they'll send you an itemized offer sheet. And if they keep like beating around the bush and sending you numbers via text, just say, I need to see an itemized offer sheet in my email. And eventually you'll get one. You can kind of go back and forth and negotiate on that. There'll be tons of like dealer fees listed, and you can look up online if those are like required dealer fees, like required by law that like they can't get rid of, or if they're like BS dealer fees, because there will be a lot of them on there and those add up. So then once you kind of get that car, when you feel like you've negotiated that down maybe as much as you can, you take that offer to the next dealership. A lot of the cars I were looking at were very comparable, like same trim levels, had very similar amounts of miles. So the cars were like very comparable. So I could just be like, you know, like I have this deal from this Hyundai dealership, and play them against each other, like make them work for your business and be like, can you beat this offer? So I did that until I had 2 cars I was looking at. And then I kind of got frustrated with the Orlando dealerships, and a few people had told me to look in Tampa. So I looked in Tampa, found this car. There was no pictures of it because it had just been traded in. And I immediately contacted the dealership. They called and I answered because I was really excited about this car. And the price that they had it listed at, like starting price, was already like $6,000 to $8,000 lower than the best offer I had gotten for basically the same car in Orlando. The Carfax was clean. I could not find any reason why it would be priced so great. Edmunds.com, Kelly Blue Book, and CarEdge said that my car is worth like $43,000, and I was able to purchase it out the door. So that's what you want to say to the out the door price. Like, so you want them to send you the paper that includes all the fees. Like, so what's your best out the door price? For $31,000. And I am so thrilled. We started at like $36,000, I want to say, like when they added on the taxes, title, registration. I didn't have a plate. I haven't had a car, so I needed all of that stuff like kind of worked into the price. And so I'm super proud of myself for getting like $5,000 to $6,000 off the top of the price of the car. So I knew that there wasn't going to be a ton of wiggle room in the price of this car, but there was other things I could negotiate as well. So the next day, because they were about to close, he sent me the pictures. It was like a little bit too dark for him to send the photos. I'm like, it's no problem, just send them in the morning. I said, hey, can you send me more close-ups of the tires? They look a little bit bare. He went outside, looked at the car, and was like, no, you're right. They are super bare. We're going to replace all 4 tires. Boom. That's another huge cost off my shoulders. Another point for this car that made me want it just a little bit more. I did the same thing. I said, hey, I have offers from Hyundai dealerships here in Orlando. Can you please give me like your best out the door? He basically sent me an offer sheet with the price that was listed on the website. And I said, is there any wiggle room in the price? What is this fee? Just kind of like questioned a few things on there. And then I also let him know that I had referrals. Referrals are a huge thing in the auto industry, which I did not realize like how big referrals are, because they really were not wanting to negotiate on the price of this car, and I don't blame them. But I was like, you know, I just wanted to give you guys a fair chance. I have offers from other dealerships in Orlando. They're closer to me. It's obviously more convenient, but you guys came highly recommended, so I wanted to give you guys a fair shot and see if maybe you could earn my business. And I felt really confident saying all of this because it's over text and email. Like, it's way... A lot of you people know that it's a lot easier to be a keyboard warrior and say things via keyboard and like text that you wouldn't necessarily want to say to someone's face. They were like, oh, you have referrals? Like, who referred you? And so I gave the names of 2 people who didn't necessarily tell me to shop at their dealership, but told me to check in Tampa. and the manager emailed me a new offer sheet that had the fee that they had said that they couldn't remove discounted. So they had applied like a $7.99 loyalty discount and then taken an additional $2,000 off the car. And I already felt like the car was a great deal. And so I was like, okay, I'm super happy. They took off the fee. They couldn't take it off legally, like it had to be on there, but you could see like a minus $7.99 and then the fee was there, but it equaled out to $0. They had taken an additional discount off the top of the car, and there was no extra fees. There was not one single extra fee. There was just the tax, title, registration, and that's it. And I was super pumped. I knew I was getting 4 new tires, a car that had everything I wanted. And so I said, how fast can you guys change the tires and get the car detailed? The manager called me. We had a great conversation. He was a super nice guy. And I feel like there's like dealership nice where like they're actually kind of slimy, and then there's like actually nice. And he was actually a super nice guy. I was like, like I have a toddler. I can't come into the dealership. I'm also pregnant. And he was like, oh, I totally get it. Like we have a 13-month-old. My wife's pregnant with number 2. And it was just a really great conversation. And I was like, you don't need to rush and get it done today, because that was Saturday. I was like, I can come and pick it up tomorrow if you think it can be ready. So it was in service all afternoon. They changed the tires, completely serviced the car, did all new oil, changed the brakes, because it's a pre-owned certified, which is a really great thing to have. And then they also did like a full detail, and it was ready for me to pick up the next morning. When we got to the dealership, they came down with that final offer sheet that the manager and I agreed on, and I said, I'll be there tomorrow to pick it up. You have a deal. They put down that offer sheet. They said, are these the numbers that you agreed to? I said yes, and then we went into financing. And so went into the finance office, and the other thing that we negotiated on was the warranty. So this is a certified pre-owned car. You can negotiate on everything on a car. So this we did have to do face to face, and Brian actually took over the reins. I was super proud of him for doing that, because with a certified pre-owned, you get the remaining of the 100,000 mile or 10-year warranty. The car is 2 years old, but it has 50,000 miles, and the warranty was still going to be full price. Brian negotiated it to where we would get 100,000 miles off, like starting from where we bought it. So we actually were able to extend the warranty to have it be 150,000 mile 10-year warranty. I'm not going to keep the car for 8 years. I'm going to end up getting a different car sometime in the next 8 years, so I wasn't worried about that. But we will be able to, in like 3 or 4 years, when I trade this in to get a bigger car, we will be able to get like cash back for any of the warranty that we didn't use, if that makes sense. So it was really important to us that we were able to extend it. That way, when we don't have the car anymore, we get a bigger like kickback and reimbursement for the warranty. They were super fair to negotiate with. Seriously, such a great dealership. If you were in Central Florida, it's courtesy Hyundai of Orlando. I hope that I covered everything. I knew that I wanted to like sit down at the end of the video and kind of just give like an overview of how I got to where I did. I'm very proud of myself. I've learned so much. Like I said, I'm going to leave the names of a few TikTok accounts down below that really helped and like taught me a lot of like what to look for, what to avoid, how to answer these sales tactics, and like what to say to rebut and to get what you want. And they were super helpful. So if you guys have any more questions, leave them in the comments down below, and I will do my best to try and answer them. Like I said, I'm not a professional. This is just what I did. It might be right, it might be wrong. I have no idea, but it worked for me. I'm extremely happy with the deal that I got on my car. My car is worth, like I said, they should have been selling it for close to $44,000, and I got it for $31,000. So I'm really thrilled. Brian is very jealous. He has his great Explorer. He absolutely loves Explorers. It's like the car he's going to drive until he dies. He just is an Explorer guy forever. The only other car he would want is a Ford Expedition. But my car is just like a little bit newer, a little bit nicer, and it's just like the new shiny toy in our garage. So he's like, I'm really happy for you, because he just knows I've wanted this car for a really long time. So let me know if you guys have any more questions. This is my new mom car, and I am so freaking excited about it. It just feels so nice to finally have my own car again, especially since Brian needs the car for his job now. So I have my car now and I'm just so happy, and I just love it. I just love it so much. But thank you guys so much for being here. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell. Thank you guys so much for being here and shopping with me today and every day, whether it be for home decor or a car. I love you all so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.